It is good to have an end to a journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end.
Should I look at the camera or you?
You can just talk to me. Can you introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah. My name is Richard Hendricks, and I'm the... My name is Richard Hendricks, and...
Just-
My name is Richard Hendricks. I'm the founder and CEO of Pied Piper.
Building something from scratch is hard. It takes dedication, a cohesive vision, and most importantly, it takes risk. Silicon Valley wasn't a success just because of its characters or the production value that HBO offered them. The show stood out from all others because it captured the excitement, terror, and uncertainty of what it means to be a startup. Pied Piper's Richard Hendricks and his music copyright turned compression company embodied that struggle. Not of billionaires in Dolce suit-clad venture capitalists, but of grounded coders, artists. In its 6-season run, like almost all other shows, it went through the undulations of great versus not so great moments, but nothing was quite as divisive as the ending, which split its fanbase like nothing before. So why was the ending so seemingly discourteous to its fanbase and the show's philosophy? From hating the ending to loving it, let me explain why the ending to Silicon Valley is the most realistic and heartfelt than anything else we could have gotten. Right off the bat, here's a spoiler alert for you guys. If you don't want to know the ending or have the show spoiled for you, please stop the video right now. Go watch the show and then come right back here because I need the ad revenue, like seriously. Alright, I hope that's enough. Now on to the video. I level with you guys. When I first watched the ending, I hated it. Yeah, it enraged me more than the ending to Game of Thrones, because with Game of Thrones, you saw the cannonball of garbage flying towards you from the start of this season. But with Silicon Valley, it came out of nowhere. Not to say the ending was a cannonball of garbage, but it had a tinge of melancholic resolve that tainted how I saw the ending. Here's a quick recap of what happened in the final season of the show. So season 6 begins with Richard Hendricks, the show's perfect stand-in for Mark Zuckerberg, being questioned by Congress about their privacy and data collection methods, much like his real-life counterpart. He runs into issues when he discovers that Pied Piper's AI-assisted machine learning algorithms are the most sophisticated data collection system that can essentially pick apart your audio logs and convert them into tangible data, which is terrifying. He is then offered $1 billion. $1 billion! So then he turns that money down and buys a now middling Huli for another company that Huli had acquired called Foxhole to protect against the owner of the $1 billion, Maximo Reyes, who threatened to destroy Richard if he didn't take his money. Now, the Foxhole company has a clause where all financial investments have to be disclosed, so Maximo technically would not be able to fund Pied Piper if Pied Piper owned Foxhole, since Maximo's money is illegal and that would have to be disclosed. Then the company almost dies, realizing that a peer-to-peer network is incapable of scaling due to encryption throttling. But when Dinesh accidentally lets his version of Son of Anton access Pied Piper's network, the AI that Guilfoyle built to talk to coworkers when he didn't want to, the system is able to self-optimize data routing by compressing encrypted files. They'd realize the threat that Pied Piper's network would pose on world cybersecurity, because if you're able to go into encrypted files and then optimize them for delivery, then the whole point of encryption disappears and you have everyone's information available, open to the world. So the group unanimously decides to fake a Ratmageddon to prove that Pied Piper is actually unable to function. Funnily enough, the rats were a reference to Jared's idea to pivot Pied Piper in the season 1 finale.
What if Pied Piper was an app that could attract rodents? You know, like the fairy tale for purposes of extermination or to feed your pet snake. We're not here to tell you what to do with your rats. We're here to get you rats stat. Would you be very interested, somewhat interested, or not interested? Which one? Which one?
Whew. Okay, now that you're caught up, let's break down the ending. Here's the thing. The ending seemingly comes out of nowhere because we as fans have seen the pattern. Pied Piper is poised for success. Pied Piper runs into a major issue derailing the company. Pied Piper wins by the skin of their teeth, and the cycle repeats itself. However, this time around, Pied Piper doesn't win by the skin of their teeth. In fact, Pied Piper fails. What made many fans angry about this conclusion, including me at the time, is that after seeing these characters struggle for years and years to build something new and innovative, the show kills it unceremoniously. The expected catharsis of seeing these characters finally achieve success was never fulfilled. But to be quite honest, the characters did exactly what almost every CEO in the show and outside of it have espoused to do.
Making the world a better place through Paxos algorithms for consensus protocols.
And we're making the world a better place through software-defined data centers for cloud computing.
A better place through canonical data models to communicate between endpoints.
A better place.
Yes, Richard didn't become the messiah of the new internet. Yes, Pied Piper didn't revolutionize interconnectivity. Yes, Pied Piper never became the trillion-dollar company. But they did one thing all other companies try to do. They made the world a better place. They decided to bury the digital second coming to instead preserve privacy and security. They also gave the world middle-out compression. There was a quote I read in a paper back when I was still in college studying film, and it was about how we as humans are obsessed with the middle of stories. Look at any good show. The best seasons of the show aren't always the first one or the last one, but they're often the ones in the middle. And to some extent, it is because of the nature of structured storytelling, such as the showrunners and writers getting more confident trying new stuff when a show has been on the air for a few years versus the end or the beginning of the show. A great example is Community, which gets wackier and wackier with every season. Except season 4, we don't talk about that.
And what happened to Annie, the unstoppable go-getter?
Oh, there was that gas leak last year.
Oh, don't blame it all on the gas leak year.
But also, we as humans enjoy only knowing a morsel of information and using that to wonder about the future. We enjoy not knowing what will happen, because often the ending in our heads is more exciting than the real world. It's in our nature as humans to despise endings and enjoy existence. Getting back to the ending, the show presents the fall of Pied Piper through a typical documentary format years after Rustfest, the penultimate episode. The ending is satisfying to me because it is how things should be. Empires and humans rise and fall. We possess limited existence, but our work and contribution to humanity can ripple for eternity. Pied Piper becoming a tech giant would have been good, but seeing it get sabotaged to save the entire world's security and privacy is a meaningful sacrifice. Pied Piper failed, but we see that the characters become better versions of themselves. Richard is a professor of ethics. Dinesh and Guilfoyle start a cybersecurity firm. Monica works in a non-profit. Jared starts a new incubator, and Jin Yang is a gangster. He doesn't really improve, but Jin Yang is literally the funniest in the entire show.
Jin Yang, what in the good is that?
It's called business expense. You buy a hut. I buy a car. You say, keep doing seafood until money is gone. No, the money is gone. Dick is up.
The ending was not cathartic or a happily ever after. One where you're hoping for a 90s movie freeze frame ending. But it fit what the show was all about. Building an empire that will rise and fall many times. But what it achieved was that it made the world a better place. And that's why all endings are always blue.